going to have some input from the founder of ULP Women in Energy, Ntate Radebe. Priscilla spoke about sitting in a room of strange faces when she was on the board of the South African Petroleum Industry Association, and he was amongst the men who was there. Interestingly enough, and this is why I keep speaking about the importance of leaders making space, Sapia had taken a decision. They're now called the Fuels Association. They had made a decision that every CEO must bring a senior black woman into the room. And that's how I ended up there. So if decisions are not being made to create space, to put people into the room, to make sure that the table is bigger and that everyone's participating, listening to the conversation, understanding how decisions are being made, then we continue to be locked out of spaces. I do want to warn you though, because every time Tate Radebe comes up here, he compacts everyone. He commits everyone to everything. So you must be ready for, for what we might be committed to today. But more importantly, the reason we're here today is because Ntate Radebe and his wife, one, have availed this wonderful venue to us, and have had the vision in his journey as a leader in the energy industry, to realize that men are crucial in being sponsors and there's a term for them, allies of women in occupying the space in industry. So, Ntate Radebe.
Why don't you give hands an applause for Ntate? She's done a great job since we started. She's always been amazing. I was sitting with Priscilla. Where's Priscilla? Call Priscilla because I want to just make sure she comes in. Yeah, no. She's got no option. She can't. Yeah, and I was saying to Priscilla, you know, she's got an ability to summarize very complex discussions that we've been taking, and we've all been taking notes, but she's got an ability to crystallize it and summarize it, and for all of us to get it. Let's give her a round of applause again. I'm going to go and drag Priscilla myself, if somebody doesn't drag quickly. But thank you very much. It's good to see all of you here. These kinds of sessions energizes me because there's a higher purpose that has always been driving me. And now I told them to drag you now, Priscilla. Now you're ready. They energize me because of the higher purpose. And if there's any tip I'm going to give, let me first acknowledge, and then I'm going to go to this higher purpose idea. Well, mine is just to make sure that I thank particularly our sponsors before they all disappear, because they all have some other commitments. So I just want to make sure that I thank them while they are still here. But the first thing I was just speaking about, let's honor Priscilla for the wonderful work that she's doing and pioneering this work. When I met her the first time, I just looked at her. I think it was in the Fuels Association meeting, formerly known as SAPIA, and she was just taking over as the CEO of BP South Africa, and I just commissioned her. I charged her. That's my job. At my age, you just charge people, you know. And I says, you dare not fail. I've got 3 daughters that are looking up to you, so you cannot fail. And let's give her a round of applause. She has not failed, and she's taken this baton of this championing this cause of women. And Priscilla, I still charge you. You have no option. Wherever you are now, you're in the very right place here, and you're in a state-owned enterprise. You have to continue with this mission, and I charge you, all of you, to support her in her endeavors. Like to thank all the people, and I know the reason I'm doing the sponsors is the CEO, Tsepo, who's been coming here. Let's give him a round of applause. He will, at the end of the session, thank everybody that has participated. But I just wanted to first thank sponsors that have been pioneering. Is this timing me? Yeah, now you better make sure you time oldies like us. Sis Salugazi Shongone Dagile, a pioneer in the black economic empowerment, but more women empowerment. Nozala Trust has always been with us, supported us. This is the 7th year we've been running this. So let's give Nozala Trust a round of applause. Wow, they've been really with us. And is there anybody from Nozala? Normally they come, and if not, please send my message to her. And I'm sure this thing has been taped, so she will know that. And then also have thank CETA, WNR CETA, which is wholesale and retail, that has supported us. So let's make sure I pronounce them right. And we really thank that organization. I think CETAs are actually, I'm very glad because, you know, after some few years back, CETAs had a kind of a credibility crisis. But I think CETAs have really turned the corner. Do you agree with me? They've really come out and really supported a really credible initiative. And let's encourage them. Let's encourage them. And I'd also like to thank USAID, particularly Power Africa. There you are. Thank you very much for supporting us. We've already having some engagement about all these items that you're talking about. Priscilla will lead the charge to really make sure that what we've been speaking about here is action-oriented. Again, another charge. Priscilla, next meeting is not talking. Eh? Next meeting will be signing deals. Are you with me? Next meeting will be signing MOAs. There'll be a section of 2 hours. Each of you coming up front with your partner and then say we've signed a deal, and then you'll be telling us how much money you've made and how much return you've made. She's hiding here. She's a ship owner now. She must come here. We just want that next year. Are you committing? Are you committing? Deals are signed here and committed. That's what I do all the time. All right, let me come to this space. Let me first do the commercial marketing. Somebody mentioned vets, so let me do that. Part of my job is that I'm a leader of Vets Business School, and we initiated many years ago now, probably 2019, because of the fact that when I've been in the industry now more than 3 decades, heading for the 4th decade, is a long time. And there's another lady sitting right at the back there, Delia, yeah? And every time I call her up front, she hides. But I notice you, Delia. We started this Energy Leadership Center because when I turned 50, which is many, many years ago, I looked around and looked at these old people here around who are running this energy industry, and we needed to start a school called Africa Energy Leadership Center. And the school has got 2 programs. It's got postgraduate diploma in energy leadership. And then the second program is a master's in energy leadership. And I've got Dr. Silas Mulawuzi. I've asked him to come, stand up, and turn around so that let's give him a round of applause. He's a very experienced and a very seasoned energy lecturer at Vets Business School. So if you want to know more about what she was talking about, please contact her. She'll give him. He's going to give you all the details. But also we've got a small and medium enterprise program that we have. And some of you may have seen in the newspapers, we've announced a partnership with Anglo America. We are now busy with repurposing, you know, the head office of Anglo America that was in the inner city of Johannesburg in Marshalltown. Up there, we're repurposing that into a center for entrepreneurship. And it's going to have three elements of that. One is capability building, and most of you are talking about capability building. For all of you, you're getting inside information now. So you better, you see, most of you miss opportunities because you don't have inside information. I'm giving you inside information, okay? Capability building. We'll be taking 250 students starting next year, so you just make sure you are one of those, okay? Oh, there's one already. It says I'm in. And there's three aspects of that. One, we will make sure we build your capacity. The next time, we will then incubate you. And next time, in the next level, we'll accelerate you. And then and then bring venture capital on top of that, so be able to fund you. So you've got inside information. You've got no reason. You can't come to this meeting and complain about no skills. Are you with me? Are you going to be part of that movement? That's it. Priscilla is leading also in that space. We use every platform we can in order to make sure that we empower everyone, as Bonang would say, lift as you rise. So that's AELC is one of the very unique energy leadership centers. Now, I need to speak from the heart now, right? Which is what I want to charge you now. How many of you know the SDG goals? Raise up your hand. Oh, all of you know. How many of you have chosen one as your purpose in life? Okay. If I ask you a question and say, which one have you chosen? Is there anyone who wants to do? Huh? 5, number 5. Tell them what's number 5. Gender equality, right? And I could hear you, every question you ask, everything you do, you're leaving the purpose. Are you with me? Mine is SDG 7. What is that? Not just energy. Affordable and clean energy. That's what I've spent all my life, 3 decades, focusing on it over that. And now, in my twilight years, I'm focusing on making sure that the next generation of leaders carry out that. It just pains me all the time, and I repeat it all the time when I'm in a platform, that we have 600 million people in our continent still do not have primary energy. And who's most affected is women, because young girls must leave and go and look for firewood, make fire, to cook. By the time they finish cooking, it's 1 o'clock, they have not gone to school. Therefore, they miss out on education. Therefore, the vicious cycle of poverty continues. Which leads me to my now charge to you for women in energy. Over and above the fact that you're going to do business, you're going to make money, and you're going to be excited about that. But listen, a business must solve a purpose. A business must solve a problem that we have in this world. If a business is just about you making money, then you've missed the mark. Are you with me? You're not going to be part of this movement called ULP, because we're not preaching that. We're preaching that you should have a higher purpose. Now, let me give you a purpose of this theme going forward now. We have to make energy poverty history. Yesterday, I was sitting with my energy leadership center guys, and I said 2050. They said, no. We make it by 2040. So in other words, we've got to lock into museum poverty of energy, so that our grandchildren does not even understand what poverty is about. That's the higher purpose that drives me. And I want you to be driven by that in your business. When you're doing, whether you bring, Mutlalipul is trying to bring containerized LNG here in this country. And whether you're entering in any supply chain here, whether you're doing IPP, at the back of your mind is about solving this major problem we have in this country and this continent. That's poverty. But real drive of this poverty is lack of energy. Are you with me? And you must see yourself driving that. Because if that drives you, you'll wake up in the morning all the time. Whether you're faced with challenges of business, I'm telling you, business is going to hit you left, right, and center. You'll be discouraged. You'll go to the bankers, they will tell you no. And you'll go to suppliers, they'll say no, your contract will be counsel, you'll face all sorts of things. But if you're driven by a higher purpose, you will continue. Are you with me? So I'm charging you. Now we're talking about industrializing this nation through the energy transition. If we miss that opportunity of industrializing this energy, again, if you industrialize this nation, I grew up in Katlehong. Waiteville was the most industrialized. How many people are Guruleng? You know, during those days, Waiteville, Al Road, Nigel, Bradpan, Springs, Danswat, all those areas were industrialized. And I go there and those warehouses are empty. Those factories are empty. And it's for you to, now, the biggest charge we have is let's industrialize this nation via this transition of the energy. Are we together there? Yes. We must do that because then we will wipe out poverty, and that's what we're about. And let me tell you, if we don't do it, the global north is going to do it. They're doing it for themselves. And I participate extensively through the university on this global south discussion. And some of the seminars and workshops, we do it online with the universities, including Cambridge and the EU, Brussels, which generate all these regulations. They have got think tanks that generate regulations that are aimed at one purpose, using this energy transition to industrialize the global north. And we were in one meeting and we were talking about it, and I was talking about the CBAM. How many of you know CBAM? Do you want to explain it to them? What is a CBAM? In other words, it's basically that it's making sure that whatever we manufacture here must meet their threshold of CO2. If it doesn't, they don't accept it. You know about that? So in other words, frankly speaking, if you talk about it, they've weaponized climate change debate into climate sanctions. Now, I entered into this discussion with them, and I thought, you know, I'm going to use the word naively, and I was saying to these guys, and they're based in Cambridge and also EU and Brussels, I said, but do you understand the unintended consequences of these regulations that you're putting? Because they're going to exacerbate poverty and de-industrialize our continent. And one lady said to me, boldly, she says, Maurice, do you think we sit in Brussels and do not understand the consequences? This is not unintended. This is intended. Are you with me? I've got her on record. It's just online. And my wallbub, that if we don't, we're going to be colonized again. You can clap hands for that. 200-300 years ago, we were colonized because we had natural resources, gold, diamond, every mineral. And the whole Europe was here. Now, we've got an energy rush. Because again, we've got all the natural resources. We've got the sun, we've got the wind, we've got the hydro, we've got the wave, we've got everything. We've got all the critical minerals that we need for this industrialization. And it is not a mistake that every month there's a head of state that comes into this nation. And there's a state visit. Because there's a mad rush for the energy resources that we have, natural resources. So you dare not allow the next generation to be colonized again. It's your responsibility. We cannot be colonized again. When we were colonized before, it was because we didn't have the knowledge. That's what I say also on those are in digital space. And say when the first Industrial Revolution, we were slaves. The second one, we were colonized. The third one here in South Africa, we were up in apartheid. The fourth one, we're free. Are you with me? There is no excuse. So, ladies, nyanyazi nena imboroto. What did the liberate us men when we need you. We failed.
I think we've all heard the clarion call and how critical, what a critical juncture point we're at. You know, anyone working on the JET IP investment plan will know that the money that was given to us paid their consultants, paid their, everything in their value chain. So with everything we spend on that's in hard currency, we're cross-subsidizing jobs and industrialization and business in another country.